I want you to read the next sentence with me because it's so full of infinite meaning. Together, I create the people and things in my life out of my own self-concept and mentality. Everything in your life you created. Every person in your life is an incarnation of some facet of your own self-belief. For I, the one the many make, of substance, which from me I take. I am the one. There are no two. Creation is myself all through. I gave you some time ago a copy of that poem by Retzima. How many of you have it? You read that, study that. That old so-and-so is you. Pray for the Lord to change that old so-and-so. You're the so-and-so that needs to change. And just ask yourself, why do I act like that? There's some concept of yourself that you need to change. Dr. Jiggets, I want you to write a sentence for me on the other side of the board. I'm going to have all of you write it down. And this is the question that you need to constantly be asking yourself. And when you come to a harmonious answer of this question, you will harmonize all of your affairs. Am I on good terms with myself? Am I on good terms with myself? Let's say that to ourselves. Am I on good terms with myself? And you see, that's really all you ever need to do. If you be on good terms with yourself, everybody and everything will be compelled to be on good terms with you. And anytime you have a situation where for some reason or the other you and someone else are not on good terms, somewhere in your subconscious you're not on good terms with yourself. If you're on good terms with yourself, nobody will be able to even do you a deal. People will try and can't do it. And they won't know why. If you're on good terms with yourself, you'll get good things that will come to you that, will reach all over everybody else.
Right?
I meet no one but me. Therefore, I must know myself to be my ideal. I must know myself to be my sweetest dream come true. I must know myself to be divine. I must feel myself to be the fulfillment of all the good which I desire to be, to do, and to have. I'm going to leave this question with you. Am I on good terms with myself? And never leave that question in your mind until you can answer it affirmatively. No, you don't need to straighten out the other person. You only need to do what? Be on good terms with yourself. And if you're on good terms with yourself, you see, you won't try to pull anything on anybody else. You'll treat yourself right, and other people will have to treat you right. Let's stand and do some work together in affirmation. Interrogate yourself with this question. Some of you may be new to this teaching, and some of you who've been coming here for several years, maybe it's new to you too. I think so sometimes. Because I have a wonderful experience now, I meet so many very important people and so many great, famous and renowned teachers, and they all want to find out from me, what am I doing? I said, well, I'm doing the same thing you've been talking about for 50 years. That's all I'm doing. You've been just teaching it. I'm living it. But I want you to use this. And this week is going to be different. And your life is going to be different. Just talk to yourself. And kind of leave everybody alone and everything alone. Stop fidgeting with things. Stop beating your head against the wall. Stop trying to straighten out the whole world. Leave the people in Washington and Watergate alone. Don't watch the television every day with that mess on it. And go within yourself to that place in you where God lives and ask yourself the question, am I on good terms with myself? And when you come to good terms with yourself, life will come to good terms with you. This is all under the heading of subconscious compulsion. If we haven't had a lesson by that title yet, we will. Because everything that happens in your life is subconsciously compelled by your concept of yourself, by your relationship to yourself within yourself. This week, forget about trying to straighten anybody or anything out. If you have any problems, leave them be too. You might as well. And do this one thing. As Jesus said, only one thing is needful. This is the one thing in all of life that is needful. To be on good terms with yourself. To be on good terms with your divine self. If you come to good terms with yourself, again, and I want to be redundant, life will come to good terms with you. The people that you've been having problems with, you won't have problems with them anymore. Either they'll straighten out, and if they don't, it won't make any difference. You'll be like Gene Autry used to sing, I don't worry, because it makes no difference now. The only thing that matters is that I be on good terms with myself. I mean, come to such good terms with yourself so that you can look yourself in the eye and respect yourself. And you see, you like being on good terms with yourself so much that you won't try to violate yourself or anybody else. You love this at one-ment with your divine self so much. When you come to peace with yourself, when you come to good terms with yourself, as the scripture says, it will even quicken your mortal body. When you are on good terms with yourself, sickness won't be able to touch you. So work on this week. This is what I do now. It's been wonderful the time I've taken off so that I can meditate. This is all I ever try to do in one way or in one term or the other. And that mind gets to wandering around there, out there in the world. Just bring it back. Jesus, the mastermind, has warned us anyway, in the world you shall have tribulation. There's no need to go out there to try to solve the world's problems. Don't do it. Give up the problems of the world. You're not going to solve the problems of the world. In the world you shall have tribulation. But in me, and who's this me in which you find peace? God in you. In your divine self. Nobody's ever been able to solve the problems of the world. Nobody's ever been able to do anything with the world successfully but to come out of it. And I'm not talking about a physical thing as such. I'm talking about spiritually and mentally. You have to mentally come out of the world. Come ye out from among them and be you separate. Separate yourself from the belief in sickness. Separate yourself from the belief in poverty. Separate yourself from the belief in problems. Separate yourself from every belief but the belief in God in you.
Reverend Ike's best-selling Science of Living study guide is available now in paperback and digital format. This is the book that has taught millions to use the power of their own thoughts to manifest good health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, and money. Get your copy now and start using your mind to create the life you want.